Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check together the fresh release from ICM. So this is something what comes in 1/35 scale, and we have here the German AA gun from World War II. So this is a 2cm Flak 38, and you will get exactly what you see on the box art. So only the gun itself without any additional, let's say, bases in form of the tracks or anything else. So only this gun, and it might be actually interesting for some diorama builders, might be also for some scratch builders, so that's why I decided to take a closer look. And you can see the kit number is 35717, so we have quite nice box art here, and the box size is rather small, so here is comparison with my hand. Then on the side here you'll find some information about the kit and also about the manufacturer. So it's written here that we have 69 parts for assembly of this AA gun, and then here you can see 4 marking options which are included. But obviously you are not limited by those, because I know there are plenty of reference materials for various camouflages applied on these guns. And as for the next step, I'm going to cut through these plastic stickers. So in the meantime, I can also remind you that you can find the reviews with the previous novelties from ICM on the same YouTube channel which you are watching right now, and believe me, they have a lot of interesting stuff recently, so it's definitely worth checking it out. And some of them I even assembled, so you can find the build reviews as well. And well, those are very decent kits, and that's why it is interesting to take a closer look at today's one as well. So the packaging is standard. We have this color printed top cover. It does not protect any parts. It's used only for the, let's say, nice style purposes. And what is protecting is this white cardboard box. I'm going to open it right now, and here is what we have inside. So we have 2 sprues which are packed into the same plastic bag, and we have also assembly manual on the bottom. I guess there will be also some decals. So just give me a second, I will open them and we will take a closer look together. So first of all, here's the sprue, and maybe I will zoom in and open the lenses a bit. So as you can see here, we have the mix of the various parts. So we have, for example, the floor panel here with really nice pre-molded details. We also have the mainframe section. We have the magazines here, and then we have the machine gun, which is molded together with a one-piece barrel, which is quite interesting. Of course, you will have to drill out the muzzle, but I think it's not a really difficult task to do, and I would rather prefer to have the one-piece barrel instead of the, let's say, 2-piece assembly. And if I zoom in, now you can see all of these parts a bit closer, so the molding quality looks fine even on the thinnest parts. Maybe it's also worth thinking through how you will be painting this thing, because I can guess that some of the elements will be hard to reach later, so that's why it's definitely beneficial to plan a bit on how you would like to go with the painting process. Next, we continue with another plastic sprue. It's the frame B. So again, we have here another main frame section. We also have a lot of parts which will be used as the support for the main gun, and I can see that again a lot of small parts as well. So we have also the armor shield here. This one is, as far as I remember, the left part, because as you can see it's the bigger one. And yes, and we have also pre-molded pre-molded details. I am just looking at the dust and trying to realize where it is coming from, but nevertheless, here you can see that the attachment points are also quite thin. And just to give you an idea about the size, so even though this is a 1/35 scale kit, here is comparison with my fingertip, so do not underestimate this gun. There will be a lot of precision work, and I think it might be beneficial to spend some time, so definitely do not hurry when you'll be building this thing. And here you can see this armor panel, so that's exactly what I was talking about. We have the rivets pre-molded, we have also them here. So this is a good attention to details, but of course feel free to write what do you think about such molding qualities. And here you can see also the parts from the opposite side. So some of them are detailed from both sides, and some, as you can see, have the guiding elements so that it will be easier to combine them together. So also quite smart. Usually ICM kits are very good in terms of the fitment, so I didn't have any issues in this sense. So it's just a matter of checking the fitment, because I know that a lot of modelers are trying to go straight through the assembly manual without test fitting, just gluing everything in place and then realizing that it barely fits. And yes, here you have to pay attention to this, but you will be rewarded with a really nice result as well. Next, we continue with decals. So these ones are coming on very small decal sheet, and as you can see here, we have all of the necessary symbols. It should be easy to apply them, and I think these decals, I'm not sure if they are actually coming from Edward, because they look like from Edward, because recently ICM started working with Edward as well, so some of their kits are actually getting the decals from Edward, and you might notice it by the quality of the printing. And now we have assembly manual on the table. So this is a cover printed brochure. I will just zoom out a bit. And maybe before we open it, I will also remind you that there is a special advert about the ICM paints. So you can actually get the ICM paints in the necessary paint shades for this build. And this is very handy thing, because these ones are working, I would say, equally fine with the airbrush and also with the normal brush. So that's definitely a good feature for our hobby. So here on the assembly manual on the first page, you'll find the short history note and also the technical specifications. We also have the paints chart, and then we continue here with the parts map. So note that only one part will not be used, which is rather interesting. Then we continue with assembly process. So I can see that the painting scheme of the selected version of Flak is Flak 38 at the end of the instructions. Okay, so as you can see, everything is getting assembled together on the floor panel. So we have the special installation slots, as I said before, and the floor panel had the really nice details pre-molded, so it might be a good idea to play a bit with the weathering in order to bring out these features, to show the weathered metal surfaces and also some surface of the scratches through the paint and other stuff. Here, by the way, you can see the main gun, and yes, manufacturer does not suggest to drill anything, but as I say, the muzzle brake is solid, so that's why it's worth drilling through. Here we also have the seats for the crew being assembled, and also we have two options for armored variant, and I can see so the main idea here is that you can assemble either with the armor panels or without the armor panels, so this is quite a nice touch. And also here we have the first marking option. As you can see, this one is obviously with the armor panels, and we have also some decals to apply on it because there are some, let's say, wing markings. Next we continue with two more marking options in a camouflage, again with some kill strike as well, and here without any symbols at all. And then there is one more from the back page. So as you can see here, we have even more even heavier weathering, because it's from 1945 from East Prussia, and it might be an interesting choice to actually work on, because as you can see here, we have an interesting contrast between the weathered surface and also the gun itself. So as for the whole kit, it should be already available, and you can get it in Matelimex, and of course I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.